Hey, ladies. Welcome to Black Women Making Money. This is the second live stream of the day. There's a lot happening in the Black YouTube streets, and I just felt like I wanted to come and say my piece with regards to a couple of the things. So, first of all, if you are not signed up for our email list and you want to join the inner circle of the Black Women Making Money community, the email list is at bwmakingmoney.com. I have no interest in doing a Patreon. I have no interest in doing a YouTube membership thing, but there is exclusive content that I want to give to you, things that are copyright issues on YouTube, things like that. So if you want to uh, join us, bwmakingmoney.com for the email list. Also, if you are listening to the replay, please put replay in the comment section. That way, the YouTube algorithms can bless us. Also, like the video on your way in, like the video on your way in. All right, ladies. So, what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to talk about a few things that's happening now in Black YouTube. And I am going to make my initial comments. And then I am going to put the link in, the StreamYard link in. So that way, if you have comments to make, you are able to do that as well, because I want to hear from all of you. So first of all, Mocha Mommy's in the building saying, ooh, child. I know that's right. Shar is here saying, hit the like button on your way in. Yes, please do that. And Brown Skin Girls is in the building, my tech diva. I got to get you on the calendar, my dear, saying good evening. All right, everybody. So here's the deal. First of all, I'm going to talk about Black China. Uh, I'm going to talk about Lapeef and what happened on Yanni's channel yesterday. I want to talk about Christelyn because she propped her head out today and she said something in her live stream that I felt was problematic. So I'm going to admit that. And then I'm going to talk about white men, Black women, something specific that I'm seeing and something I want to caution you ladies about. So Tiff is in the building. Hello, Tiff. Hello, Rose. Hello, Selfish Love. I'm ready because this past week has been a mess. Yes, it has. Blessed in every area of my life is here saying happy Saturday. Yes. All right. The TTT. So the first thing is, let's deal with Black China and the power of the pivot. Yesterday, I was on a great live stream with Victoria, the credit solutionist, and mentor Shelley, and we talked about all the things that's happening with Black China. We did a 3-hour live stream. I was on for 2.5 hours of that. And it was really great because the way that we tackled it was not from a gossipy point of view. Even though if you want to get your gossip in, you can. We focused on it more from a business and a career point of view. If you're not familiar with who Black China is, you're fortunate, but I think that most of us are. She has decided to come to Jesus officially. She is turning her life around. She is getting all the fillers and injections taken out of her, and she is going in a new direction. Victoria asked the question if we thought it was for profit or if it was genuine. 70% of the community felt that it was for profit. I felt it was 99% for profit and only 1% genuine. But, she is having a lot of financial issues, according to Victoria. Victoria showed some receipts with regards to that. She's been taking a lot of financial hits lately. And how do you pivot either when you're having financial issues or just when you want to pivot, period? So a lot of it is your skills, your team. And I really brought in the concept yesterday of she's 34 years old right now. The average Black woman lives to 76. So she's got, I think, 42 years of life ahead of her. How is she going to set up all of that life and be strategic and play chess, not checkers, with this? Because thus far, she has been playing checkers. She does not have a mother who can teach her the game, Tokyo Tony is not able to do that. So some of us, it's not me specifically, but some of us as Black women are like that, where we don't have somebody like a mother specifically or a father specifically who could teach us the game. Where do we really go for this information? She thought she could just do what she did in the streets and take it to the Kardashians. That didn't work, right? I still don't know who's on her team. We couldn't figure out who was on her team with regards to who's helping her map out these things. But these discussions are never really about the celebrity or the person. They're always about you and what can you learn. And the biggest thing that I imparted was you need a very strong team who can get on a whiteboard and map out the next 42 years of your life for Black China, now Angela, right? If you don't have that, if you don't have a mother that can do that, if you're not a nepo baby with a mom and dad that can help you with that, or a brother or a sister that can help you with that, or a cousin or somebody who actually knows business and actually knows what they're doing, then it's important for us as upwardly mobile Black women to be able to find people who can help us do that. So again, it was a 3-hour live stream. It's on Victoria's channel. Victoria's channel is the Credit Solutionist. So you all are able to go and see that. Mentor Shelley gave a lot of great information from her perspective of how do you pivot your career and take the skills that you currently have and make it work for you. So True Mystique is in the building. Rose is asking who's Lapeef. Yes, no, no one of importance. Yes. Um, let's see here. Rose is saying, well, YouTube has made the most stupid have some relevance. That is absolutely true. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. Level Up Single Mom is here. Hello, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Um, Bless is saying, unfortunately, I've been there with no guidance. Yeah, and that's one of the big things is so I had guidance and have guidance. So um, it's very difficult when you don't have guidance and you're behind the 8 ball trying to find somebody to help you who actually cares enough about you to not only give you the proper information but to push you in the right way. And we talked about the difference between Tokyo Tony and Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner has her problems, Lord knows. However, she was able to take what little bit she had, hook up with Robert Kardashian, have those kids, and set those kids and grandkids up for life. How do you do that when you are behind the 8 ball? Those things are so important. Wrong complexion. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Auntie. Hello. All right. So let's deal with the Lapeef network. Most of you who were on here probably saw Yanni do her session yesterday with regards to Black women boycotting Lapeef network. And I think that came from a stream that happened earlier in the week about B. Taylor and Pearl and, all of this issue with all of this nonsense that's happening here. I don't know about you. I had a headache last night, figuratively, just watching all of the mess and all of the dysfunction happening in that quote unquote workplace. People are talking about they went to HR and said this and went to HR and said that. And I'm like, what in the dysfunction is happening over here? Number two, we could see the dysfunction on the outside. So there was dysfunction happening on the inside as well. And it just got me to thinking about a couple of things. Number one is corporate culture. As we are talking about leveling up as upwardly mobile Black women, it's important for us to pay attention to corporate culture. It's important for us to pay attention to what's happening and what we are consuming, what we're attracted to, right? Um, it's also interesting that the women can see other women get beaten up, quote unquote, figuratively, and think, oh, I can go over there and I can and will be different. None of us are ever different. None of us are ever different. So, ladies, I'm going to drop the link in a few minutes. I want to get through all of my comments about all of these things, and then I'll drop the link so that you're able to come and talk about this. A couple of things happened yesterday that I thought was interesting on Yanni's discussion. The first was there was a person that came up, a woman, I believe, in her 50s, who brought in another content creator's name that nobody was talking about. And then because she brought that person's name up in conversation, then Yanni felt compelled, as she should, to bring up the person who was being accused of XYZ to bring in his side of the conversation. I want to say to you, be careful who you bring up into a conversation, because you have to be prepared for all of the fallout. Oh, you're still lost. You have no idea what's going on. Oh, you're laughing. I figured you you did. Oh my gosh. Especially as we get older, we have to be careful what we're doing in these streets, who we're associating with, what we're doing, what's happening in the dark will come into the light. It always, always happens. Never ever do stuff behind the scenes that you don't want people to see you do in front of the camera, in front of the YouTube streets, etc. We have to be careful who we associate with. That was the biggest thing that I saw yesterday, was dysfunction associating with dysfunction. It was evident in every way, where all of us, I believe, should be saying, you know what? Wiping our hands of this. Absolutely wiping our hands of this. The final thing is that with regards to Lapeef, is there's a saying by a business guy that says, when drama goes up, profits go down. I know these people think that they're profiting because they have more views, more subscribers. They were able to talk to Yanni, who has a huge platform, blah, 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 blah. But always recognize that when drama goes up, profits go down. And that's even in YouTube, because you think you're profiting with regards to money, but how much is that taking a toll on your health? How much is that taking toll on your mental health, your physical health? We're seeing content creators, mostly male, dropping like flies. This is a very serious situation, and it's a very dangerous situation that some of the women, the Black women, are putting themselves into. And I just felt like I wanted to talk about this with regards to, we are the company we keep. Even in this YouTube streets, even in this YouTube area. I really enjoy Mocha Mommy. I really enjoy her content. I enjoy Victoria. I enjoy Mentor Shelley. I'm very guarded with regards to who I'm associating with. I watch stuff in the clouds. There's stuff I watch in the clouds that people would be surprised I watch. I watch it in order to just pay attention. I'm not in the chats of these people. I'm not in their discords. I'm not, getting on their panels, et cetera, et cetera. This Lapeef thing, is not good, and it actually is worse than we thought. It's worse than we thought. So, next thing I want to talk about is Christelyn. So, Christelyn was on earlier today, and she talked about several things, but one of the things she mentioned was, YouTube beef, right? Talked about YouTube beef, and she said something that I thought was shocking and I didn't think was fair. She said that the common denominator with the problem with the YouTube beefs are the subscribers, and that the subscribers are the problem. And that caused me to stop what I was doing in my kitchen as I was listening to her. Let me say this, ladies. The subscribers are not the problem. And I'm not saying this because I have a YouTube channel. I have my little, not little. I appreciate all my 1,085 subscribers. I might lose some subscribers tonight because of the comments that I'm going to make tonight. But the subscribers are never the problem. We are the problem. We let people run roughshod in our homes. Our YouTube channels are our homes. Who we allow around us, that's our home. Who we allow into our psyche, that's our home. And we need to take more responsibility for shutting things down and being okay with losing subscribers if necessary and if warranted. There are a lot of problems that's happening right now, including this Pearl situation. Including this Pearl situation is a problem because people didn't want to lose subscribers. People didn't want to lose subscribers. And I see an issue coming on the divestment side that I'm about to talk about. I don't hear anybody else saying it. Well, that's not true. I heard somebody hint at it, and I'm going to call out a name personally. And I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you to have your eyes and ears open, right? In our lives, in our physical lives, and on the YouTube streets and social media, what Cynthia says about having standards, boundaries, and expectations is very, very true. Number one, I'm cautious of anybody who depends on YouTube for their full-time payments, their checks, their mortgage, their rent, etc., because they tend to not be able to rock the boat too much. They rock the boat in certain ways that'll keep their subscribers, but when it comes time to make a stand for something, they can't make a stand. They can't make a stand at all. That's how we got the Pearl situation, because there were Black men who should have made a stand early on when we saw warning signs and they didn't do it, right? So this has to do with YouTube. This also has to do with everyday life, figuring out what our standards, boundaries, and expectations are. And that's Cynthia G's thing. So, give her credit for that. And deciding on those early and being willing to walk away from friends, quote unquote friends, from YouTube channels, from YouTube alliances, from opportunities that do not serve us. This goes to my famous four that we should have. We should have technical skills, soft skills, networks, and resources. Because the truth is, if we have all four of those things, we should be able to walk away from things that are not serving us and people that are going to cause havoc for us and wreak havoc for us. So then let me yeah, selfish love. I think so. I'm going to call a name. I think that O'Shea wanted to say something earlier, but he was scared to lose his group. He was scared to lose his subscribers. and I don't watch O'Shea all the time. There was specific video that somebody clipped, and I watched a part of it, and I thought, "Oh," this was a while ago. I thought, "Ooh, he wants to say that we shouldn't be following Pearl," but he went right to the line, but he didn't cross it. Well, they shouldn't be, the Black manosphere. He went right to the line and he wouldn't cross it. I saw that with my own eyes, and I thought, "This is about to be a problem." And sure enough, here we are today with issues. So let's talk about an issue that I believe is about to happen in the divestment area. Okay. I watched a video that Lexus Exodus did a couple of days ago, I think it was. And she mentioned in the video that we are gassing up some white men to a point where they are emboldened. And she said that there is a man that approached her and said, "People, my subscribers said that uh, I should be on your platform, so I'm reaching out to you." I think I know who she was referring to because she did not give that person's name, but the way that she described it, I thought, well, I wonder if this is the same person that went to Divested Zealots channel and blah blah blah. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll only give you one other clue. It's Avatar from Louisiana. Okay, that's all. I don't do not put the person's name in. If you don't know who it is, then don't put the person's name in the chat. But if you know what I'm referring to, this is why I said I might lose subscribers tonight, and I'm okay with this. I felt compelled to try to warn people about this. Because when I tried to warn about Pearl months ago, one of my subscribers said, "Well, we don't come to you for that, Cherise. So, we don't think you should do that." And I listened. I love you all as my subscribers, but when it comes to doing these types of warnings, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to, if I feel compelled to speak about something, I'm going to speak about it. So I want you ladies to be careful of these white men coming into divestment spaces. I'm here to say it to you. I'm not telling you don't watch their content. I'm not telling you don't listen. I'm telling you to have your eyes open, have your ears open, be very, very cautious about how you're proceeding with these individuals, especially individuals that are avatars. The person that I'm speaking of has a Discord channel. And he's telling women, you must prove that it's you in order to get into Discord. Now, he's saying, prove that it's you because I don't want riffraff in the Discord, which is perfectly fine. However, we have seen Discord conversations get out into the public. Divested Zealot had some of her Discord information and the conversations having in her Discord brought onto YouTube, right? The minute somebody gets upset, the minute somebody gets upset, all of your information is going to be brought into the public. There's a running theme that I have here between the Lapeef network and this thing here. Be careful how you are interacting with these individuals. Be careful what you are writing in these discords. Be careful what you are posting. Be careful whose panels you're going on. Be careful what chats you are communicating in. I know I might lose a couple of subscribers tonight. I'm prepared to do it in order to make this stand. Because the next issue that comes up is this is I believe going to be this white man, black woman extreme divestment issue. I'm not saying look for a black unicorn. I'm not saying only date black men. I'm not saying you have to date black men at all. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying be cautious of how you are interacting with all of these individuals because the economy is bad and we are a resource for even some of these avatar white men. That's it. That's it. I felt compelled to say it because if and when something happens in the next 6 to 12 months, I am going to come back and I am going to say that I tried to warn you. So, with that, I have the StreamYard link in if you all want to come up. Um, yeah, this is why NDAs are necessary for private spaces. Yeah, and very few of these discords have NDAs. Very few of them have NDAs. And even with an NDA, I would still be cautious and careful of what I'm saying. Because if you sue somebody and they don't have any money, then, you're suing them for what? Right? Hey, Shar.
Greetings. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm going to maybe invest in taking a course or something so I can
Hmm.
speak as well as you do. Um, a lot of people tell me I have a great voice, but I don't know,
Hmm.
I don't do well when I pronounce my words or even take my time when I speak. So you have just encouraged me.
Well, I think you speak well.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
What do you have to say with regards to any of the topics that I had this evening?
Okay. I'm not familiar with the um, Black China. I don't know what she sing, dance, what she does. You said that, was it 99% and 1% or
Oh,
90-10? Which one did
yeah,
you
I
say?
said 99% it's for a payday and 1% it's genuine.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Uh,
yes.
well, I'll say with that, it is genuine. It may be for payday as well, but you mentioned financial issues, so that's genuinely a reason to do it. So, um,
She's genuinely broke, is that what you're saying?
yes, from what you said. So, yeah, so I would say 99% she's genuine in doing what she needed to do.
And that totally makes sense, and she doesn't have a mom to, give her support. She doesn't have a dad. This is a woman who really does have to do it on her own. So I definitely get it.
Yeah. And then I'll let Alexander speak on it if he wanted to.
Okay. Hey, Alexander.
Hey Mocha mommy, how are you doing?
I am not Mocha Mommy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. I apologize.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I apologize. Uh, that was my bad. I mean, not my bad. That was my fault.
Hmm.
I take accountability on that. That
Okay.
was my fault.
Okay. Now, I know that you are associates with the people that I have spoken about this evening. So, what do you have to say?
Oh, um, yeah. Well, I think it's I also think that hmm, black women should be it should be is well they should vet who they're when it comes to that. And but the thing of and the thing of um and also about the person you were talking about.
Hmm.
um he had the dusties come on his panel and just regurgitate dusty stuff all
Yeah,
over.
Alexander, I really don't care about that. I mean, this is really just about Black women being cautious with how they are interacting with these gentlemen.
Oh my, again, I apologize.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do think that they should be cautious and vet the men because you know um I'm trying to figure out the word for it. Dang, I hate when I lose my train of thought. This happens to me all the time. Um, when you
Yeah.
with when you decide to date outside of the race, uh, the, uh,
Yeah, I'm
man,
I'm not I'm sorry, Alexander. I'm not answering those types of questions tonight. This is
oh
just
my,
for us, yeah, for us to have a conversation. This is a cautionary tale and a caution conversation. So, with that, I'm going to let you go, okay?
I
All right, thank you. All right.
All right.
If anybody else wants to come up, um, you're able to do that. Um,
All
we do
right.
want to stay on topic as much as we can with regards to either Black China or the boycotting of Lapeef or Christelyn saying that subscribers are the problem or this white man, Black woman, you know, concern that I have. So, Shar, go ahead.
All right. So the next thing would be with Lapeef. Is that how you pronounce it? Lapeef? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. Okay. I was in the comments section, and I like the little gift that says game over. So I hit that every time I was able to hit that because it's over. Um,
Mm-hmm.
People are realizing, and women in general, realizing that they are used as resources.
Yes.
And it's not the history of that platform is woman after woman that's, having an issue. So the common denominator is, whatever goes on. And you mentioned the Discord and back chats and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
a real thing. That really is a real thing. I've, been here on YouTube for a long time, and I've seen it from beginning to now. And it is a serious thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would say conduct yourself as you would when you go outside your door.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I wasn't expecting royalty in here today, but Dana is in the building. Hello.
Hello.
That's funny, Royalty.
Ah, I haven't talked to you in so long.
I know, honey, because you busy
Yes, how are
and
you?
you done changed up your career and you doing this YouTube full time, so you don't have time for me.
Girl, I am not doing it full time. I'm just kind of coming in and throwing things all over the place and then leaving. leaving.
No, I love what you're doing because I'll just like play it and listen. It's
Hmm.
different and relaxing, from what
Yeah.
everybody else been talking about. But I wanted to reach out to you too. I meant to
Hmm.
I said I was gonna send you a text because I have an idea
Okay.
uh, of a show idea that I wanted
Okay.
to refresh you. But
What do you think of all of this drama that's happening?
that's the point. Like, listen, the as much drama, and I think it's strategically, you know, I really do, and I hope it is. I hope they are intentionally doing this drama so that they could keep high viewerships on their platforms and channels.
Hmm.
It has to be because ain't nowhere in the world you have grown adults going back and forth. That I don't like what you said. I don't like the way you're doing this. And he said, she said, and well, they're disrespecting. You need to, how you going to cancel someone? Like, nobody should have the authority to cancel someone because you don't like what they're doing on their platform, So, and I'm like, okay, but why? First of all, they spend too much time in that Just Pearly when it was those same, not just, this is beyond content creators, but more so the listeners. You supported someone, why, I don't know, and then you upset with what they're saying. So, and it kind of goes back to the content creators doing the same thing. So
Mhm.
I'm like, is this a money grab, or you really that immature, or just, what's the word, um just lack of focus on what the real issues are going on.
Mhm. I think that the profit is in the dysfunction. There are people who are saying they wanna fix the problem, and they don't. It's just like the drug industry, right? The pharmaceutical industry. The profit is not in people being healthy or dead, it's people being sick, right?
Right.
The same thing with this drama. The profit is not in mental healing, and the profit is not in, being dead, I guess. The profit is in the dysfunction. And,
Right.
the stuff that's being driven is that. It's us being mired in it, and I wouldn't even know a lot of this stuff had if my some of my favorite, YouTube creators, didn't kind of bring this stuff to me.
Hmm.
I have never been on Lapeef's channel, but I knew this whole Anton Daniels thing and all of that, and then, there was just, like, more
But see,
fallout.
I mean, just the bigger picture, because you talk a lot about business,
Mhm,
and the algorithm is a business. And what I've come to the conclusion, that I know for sure, that the algorithm targets the Black audience, black black content creators, Black audience. They funnel us down the drama, entertainment, celebrity, BS relationship content. That's where they, and anything with high drama, anything with dysfunction, they funnel it for Black audience, because that's what we click on to. And
as I was about to say, like, we can't just blame YouTube, because if you looked at my, YouTube, it actually has a very good cross mixture. I do, like, watch certain Black content creators so I could stay informed with what's happening over here, but you'll
no,
see.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about that. When I'm
Yeah,
saying
well,
with
I'm saying
YouTube,
people need to be intentional about what they're looking for and clicking on as well.
right?
You can't just blame it on YouTube.
Right. Well, the intention is, people intentionally like drama, and that's for like all races. That's just
Mhm,
American culture.
mhm,
But advertisers advertisers put their money behind content creators. And I'm talking about the AdSense to get that green dollar sign versus
mhm,
the yellow. Advertisers advertise on Black content creators that talk about relationships, celebrity gossip, tea, and just drama. They do.
mhm, mhm,
Now, you could, make it look professional, like Lapeef is Lapeef Network, and they have the panels. But advertisers, because YouTube now is all about the advertisers, not about the content creators. We work for the advertisers. So it is about the advertisers put their money behind that when it comes to Black content creators. My platform is more about independent thinking, and then I have Judge Joe Brown, who's a wealth of knowledge. They're not going to, it's, I don't make money like I should be right now, because they don't, because of who I have on there, and
mhm,
because of what we're talking about. Um, Diamond Dave, you, even
mhm,
Erica, right?
mhm,
What y'all talk about, yeah, the audience do not gravitate to, right? Black
mhm.
people especially. And then advertisers are going to go where Black people are, and they're going to hype up what Black people gravitate to, and that's drama. You see what I'm saying? So it's, I do blame YouTube. I do blame the algorithm, because it's the advertisers behind the algorithm.
Yeah, you and I are just gonna have to disagree with that, because I think that we individually can change our algorithms, and if enough of us choose to change our algorithms, then the advertisers will follow. But I do want to let
True.
brown skin girls come up as well, and then yeah, and then I'll come back to you, Dana. Hey, brown skin girls.
Hi Sherry, hi everybody.
Hello.
Um I just want to comment on the subscribers comment,
Mm-hmm.
and then the white man black woman thing you were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
because those are the only two I'm versed in.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Black China goes, I hope she really has accepted Christ into her life, and I wish her best of luck on her journey. But it seems to me she's genuine. But I do see the business side of things as well, especially from her coming off of OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as what Christelyn said, um, I'm a brand new content creator, and I don't really speak on typical the Black space. Really, I talk mostly about tech. But before I was a content creator, I agree with her because as a subscriber, looking onto other channels, you know, I would see the comments of people, saying certain things and planting seeds. And it's like, okay, at some point, you guys are creating the drama between the content creators. But then me becoming a content creator, although I'm not monetized and I'm relatively small, you know, um, I'll see a comment and I'll just, delete it and move on. I'm not really in drama because I don't talk about things that could produce a beef or a drama. And then also, if I get comments that aren't conducive to what we're talking about and making a safe space for people who want to get into tech and things of that nature, I just delete the comment and move on. You know, um,
Yeah, and
there's really
that's a
no.
great thing to do. And the truth is that we'll never have, well, I won't say never. It's unlikely that we'll have 100,000 subscribers because we're choosing to be deliberate when it comes to that. So, and for what you're doing, brown skin girls, you do want a space where people can come and get what they need to level up offline. So I appreciate you for that. I just want to say thank you to Selfish Love for my first super chat officially.
Woohoo!
Yay! So thank
Good,
you,
good,
Selfish
good.
Love. Go ahead, brown skin girls.
But yeah, I agree with you on that front. I think that not everything could be mitigated, of course, because you can't control other people. You can't control the action, but you can control the reaction. I get a lot of comments all the time. Certain things I post, like I overlap with certain spaces because I am a black woman, unfortunately. So, not I love being a black woman. I mean, like, unfortunately, certain spaces overlap and I get bad comments. I love being a black woman. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, sometimes that happens, but you just have to delete it and move on. Don't even acknowledge it. Like, don't even come out and say, "Oh, I got this hate comment. Leave me." I just delete it, and we on to the next live stream, the next community post, the next video.
Yeah, because
Um,
a lot of people will try to get you riled up, and you don't want that. And so everything that we do as we're growing our YouTube channels has to be deliberate. And whatever we let slide in the beginning, unfortunately, it's going to grow. So, yeah. But go ahead.
yeah. So I guess I'm saying I agree with you 100%. But as far as that, white man, black woman's face, I try my best to avoid that space. Yes, I think black women should, open their options, and the best man for the job, if he shows himself approved and it aligns with you, you guys align with each other, black man, white man, Asian man, Latino man, a mix of the two or three or four, an alien, if he's her for you, y'all go forward together. I'm all for that. But there's like, at some point, it's beginning to be too much, and there's a lot going on in the um Diamond Dave explained it better than me, but better than I can. So, but there's a lot going on in that. I try to avoid it as much as possible. I think we as black women should focus on ourselves. We should focus on ourselves and up leveling ourselves. And I think it falls right in. It's becoming, I don't want to say this and like get hate, so, but there's no difference between the two. You know, that pearly thing situation. And then if y'all allow someone to come, it's no different in my opinion.
I agree. And this was a hard thing for me to say, but I felt compelled. I'm like, if I don't say it, then who will? And I just felt like, okay, I have to come in and say that I'm hearing these things. I'm going to mute you, selfish love. Um, I'm hearing these things, and some of the things that's being said, I understand. Like you all know, I believe you should date across the board, marry across the board. I never ever tell you to look for a black unicorn, but I also think that I'm seeing a lot of comments and I'm hearing a lot of panels that are unproductive on the other end. And I absolutely see this white man, black woman thing falling apart. It's going to fall apart. I don't
Yeah.
know when. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. But when it does, I think it's going to be not a good thing for the divestors, and it's not going to be a good thing for black women overall.
Yeah, and just to finish up, because I want to allow others to speak. I don't want to have a takeover spirit. But yeah, I think that, black women, I think the most important thing we should focus on or is how our bank account looks. Um, this is why I avoid panels
Mhm.
unless it's a productive conversation about tech, philosophy, different things like that. Like I'll be happy to hop on with you, Miss Sherry, or Diamond Dave, or Mokamami Plug, things like that. And even Real Dana. I like your channel. I just want to say that I love your channel. I love data and things like that. So I think you do a very good job with that as well. But
Thank you.
productive spaces, we just have to pick and choose. Yes, the algorithm, and I'll always say that, especially as a tech person, the algorithm, it's built in to put you certain places, so we do have to account for that. But I think self accountability has to come in as well. How you're
I agree.
conducting yourself in discords and different private chats. And I personally believe that, you know if you say it like you believe that, and there's just certain things I won't say. I don't care how bad it gets. There's just certain things I won't say, because the things, and I'll leave it at that. I usually don't talk about the gender war and things like that, but the things you're saying about the other person, you are that other person. You're just a different gender. So when you insult each other like that, you're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. So I'll stop hogging the platform.
Thank you so much. Mocha Mommy gave me my second super chat. Yay! There are some great
Woohoo!
content creators in this chat. Yes, there are. So we do. One of the things I really want is for us to foster a really strong, positive community here. So, and I hope that we've done that. Selfish Love is in the building. Hello.
Hello, 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 ladies. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Hi.
Okay, perfect. Um, so I had a few things to say. Number one, about Black China. I'm a few years younger than Black China, but I do want to say, as far as her transformation, I don't know anybody's heart, but I do know since entering my 30s, I have had a totally different view on life and what, as you said, the next 42 years need to look like. Sorry, y'all, I'm walking. So if you hear birds,
Yeah, we
I'm
hear the
sorry.
wind.
I'm so sorry. And so I won't be on long. But definitely, your 30s, like, your whole mindset changes. And I know, Cherie, of course, like, I don't know. For some reason, I want to see her win. And I really do feel that maybe she had some kind of awakening because she's at rock bottom or close to rock bottom.
There's nothing more motivating than rock bottom.
Right. Well, let me say this, rock bottom for her. You're not getting child support. Your money's not really rolling in like that. Like, this probably is the first time that she's at this point in her life since she started stripping when she was 19 years old. So the 30s have been eye-opening for me. And it has been a lot of readjustments.
Can I say something? I didn't know what the content was on Black China. Maybe I missed that part when I came in. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about the fact that I was on a panel yesterday with the Credit Solutionist, if you're familiar with her channel, and Mentor Shelley, and we talked about Black China doing a pivot and the whole power of the pivot, but we talked about it from a career and a business point of view. So that was it.
oh, okay. I wanted to, well, as far as Black China, I said this on my show, I think it was last week, that if she had won that lawsuit against the Kardashians, would she have still be doing this transformation? I'm glad she's doing this transformation. She should have been did it, but I support her and I'm happy for her, and I do think it's genuine now. But if she had won that multi-million dollar lawsuit against the Kardashians last year, would she still be doing this 360? I personally don't think so.
Yeah, it's completely possible. That's why I said 99%. I think it's a money play. But that doesn't mean she can't win, obviously, because we've seen people do stuff for money play and they, end up better on the other side. I think it's interesting. She has now a doctorate in theology or something like that. Victoria showed it yesterday on her channel, and you know, it's not just her physical appearance that's drastically changed. There's a lot that she's doing on the back end as well. So,
Yeah, I think she's
yeah.
coming back to being a human being and trying to get out of that quote unquote Illuminati spell, which is a real thing in Hollywood. And I did that tattoo she had removed. Like, I didn't even know she had that particular tattoo on her. So she's coming back to the other side, and I am here for it. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. I want to give Selfish Love the ability to finish your comments as well.
Oh, real quick. One thing about Christelyn and then one thing about the beef. So I don't know, Cherie, I don't remember if you were around back when the beef that sent Christelyn off. I don't
No,
know if you
I mean,
were
I didn't have the channel at that point. No, but I know about it.
around. Okay. So let me say this. If you do know about it, the problem was not the subscribers. The problem was this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say a name. Pink Pill would go to Cynthia's chat, donate money, go to others' chat, donate money, and then have this kumbaya moment with them. Everybody think it's good, and next thing you know, well, this person apologized, but I'm still mad about it, and well, me and this person are on good terms, but she never apologized. I think everybody got fed up with all of it, and that had nothing to do with subscribers. And I think
I agree.
a lot of accountability, I don't think any personal accountability was taken for why that channel turned out the way it was, because I loved her content. But after all of the drama, and not even with the one drama situation she had with somebody posing as her in somebody's comments or whatever, aside from that, it was the constant. Oh, it's a problem here with this person, and it's a problem here with this person. And it's like, y'all all have each other's phone numbers. Like she admitted today, everybody has everybody's phone number. Call those folks. Do not put your subscribers in that. Do not give them any power to say, oh, well, this is going on with Discord and this is going over here. No, 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 no. Call these folks and be done. We're all grown. But that's another story for another day.
Can I, before you go on with the final thing, I
Okay.
just want to say this for everybody. Everybody has the ability to say, these are my standards. This is what I will put up with. This is what I will not put up with. This is beyond a YouTube thing. Anytime we're talking about these things, I
Right.
always bring it back to you as an individual. What are the things you are willing to put up with? What are the things that's an absolute no? Play chess, not checkers. Don't just think, oh, it's a little irritating today, but it's okay. Like, no, if that's going to snowball
Right.
into something that's huge, like we have to be okay with nipping things in the bud. And this is where this whole femininity and all of that is it really is going to hamper us if, and I'm saying this is somebody who used to do that in my 20s. Like, no, like there's certain times when you have to cut stuff off, otherwise it gets out of hand. Go ahead, Selfish Love, and then I will bring up Mokomami.
Yeah, and listen, I was saying this as a PP supporter. Got all her courses. Just wanted to support what she had going on. So this is not coming from a standpoint of like I never liked her content or whatever. So on the last thing, as far as the divester conversations, the Lapeef network conversations, I heard a man who has a whole black wife. I heard a black man with a black wife and a black daughter who claims that his whole family, every man in his family is married to a black woman, this, that, and the third. Sit up here and say that black women are what's wrong with the community and that we need to get rid of the black women and the black kids and start over with a whole different group of women.
Yeah, we all heard it.
Yeah. So, and then not to let the divestors off the hook, it has always been very weird to me of black women who have a white spouse sit up and talk about black men all day. I I don't want any husband that would stand for that. It
Hmm.
doesn't make sense to me. So saying this to all of your subscribers, it if it don't make sense, it's all a lie. Like that's all I could take from this whole situation with Lapeef, divestors, whatever. If it don't make sense, in my mind, it's a lie.
Yeah,
Because
I
there's
agree.
no way I'm living a happy life in the suburbs with my man sitting up here talking about black dudes all day. At all. It's no way.
Or the
It,
black community,
or,
period.
or the black
Look.
community, period.
Mhm.
Because other than coming to see my parents and anybody else, my family, I don't care what y'all got going on. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm breathing hard. This hill is killing me. But
Girl, get that workout in. And thank
exactly,
you,
I'm trying
Alexander. Thank
to.
you. Apology accepted. Thank you very much.
No,
Go ahead.
and just wanted to say, Cherie, again, love your content. Happy you hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm happy to have been the first one to donate to your channel. Love you.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm gonna let you ladies go.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See
Hey,
you.
Mocha Mommy.
Hello. And I just want to say selfish love, probably until playoffs for MLB, because I know you're an Astros fan. We probably not going to get along until like August. But
Oh my goodness, you causing beef.
yeah, I'm starting YouTube beef. Yeah. But I know I know she's an Astros fan, but I just would like to say, as far as controlling your platform, yeah, I'm sure that we all have to keep being very diligent about videos that maybe we posted weeks ago or months ago, and keep in control of those contents and making sure that those long threads don't keep going. So I think too we can control our platforms, and there's a lot of great content creators here, and I know that you ladies are probably doing your due diligence and making sure that that content and those controversial opinions stay on track and stay true to what you want to do. I mean, and even I just think about, I know that I have a neighbor who is a Hispanic male who listens to your channel, because you were talking about retirement planning. And I
My
know
channel?
that, yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
And then
Thanks. Hi,
yeah.
neighbor.
And I know that because you were talking about retirement planning, and I forwarded him, and now he subscribed. And that there's another content creator that's in the chat who made a video about AI and the job performance. And my daughter took her video to her class and showed it to her class. So our conversations don't stay just with us.
That is true. That is very true. I mean, I listen to, for example, a lot of different content creators from different ethnicities. I listen to, you know, this Indian woman talk about things that's happening in their community. And there are these two Asian men that were talking about the problems they were having. I think they're Chinese, having with Chinese women and things like that. So you think that things stay in house in the Black corridor, but people peep in, you know. Um, Selfish Love here is saying the longer the season, the longer I'm out. She's saying that to you, Mokomami.
But I
But
mean,
go
it's
ahead.
just, yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of areas of YouTube that we can monetize if we have like a talent in that area or an interest in that area or an expertise in that area, or like Brown Skin Girls, like her channel where she's growing in that area and she's documenting that digitally, which I think is really smart. But also too, just there are people who want to align because it's a good way to grow, right? It's a good way to grow, but just make sure that it's just on point with what you're saying, because sensationalism will always grow on YouTube. I'm sure that you can probably find sensationalist topics in wealth management. You can probably find sensationalist topics in tech, but just, even I just did a video on a sensationalist topic and just how you have to handle it in the workplace because you don't want this to impact your workplace. But I just think that we just have to be real careful with our platforms, especially for those of us who have other platforms, for those of us who have children who are on social media. Just be careful. Just be careful.
I agree. I mean, I will say that I discovered the Black part so I got on YouTube in 2015, but I discovered the Black part of YouTube in 2018. I'm embarrassed to say. It took me 3 years to get get over to this side. And then I've been paying attention for the past, what, 4 years now, 4.5 years. And I'm seeing the mistakes that other people made. And, I'm like, okay, I'm not, I'm going to be cautious of this mistake and that mistake, etc. And that was part of, what I wanted to talk about today with the community. Um, as a subscriber to different channels, as a fan of certain people, as well as a content creator. Um, and I also think that the only way that we change our image and change our trajectory of our lives is by drowning out all the senseless, dramatic content with really good content that we have, even if we have far fewer subscribers, for each of us coming together when people are looking for us, because that's one of the great things about YouTube is it's a search engine. So when people are looking for us, we appear. We appear in the algorithms. Go on, Shar.
Because I'm interested in opening a business this year, um, I will be doing content on just the business. Once I finish putting things together, I'll come back as a business owner, and that's it. I used to have a channel February 2020 until December 31st, 2022. 3 years. And my content was clean. I didn't allow any foolishness, trolls, anything like that. And I didn't really have a lot of support because the audience went where all the action, if you want to call it, was. So I've been there. I know all about that. If it's, if you're showing a certain thing, if you're speaking a certain way, if you have some drama, beef, all those type of things, that's what's getting a lot of these people attention. I want to go back to what you mentioned. If a person relies on YouTube as their daily bread, I would be cautious about that person. I really would, because I've been here a long time and I've seen a lot. You say you go back to what, 2018
On Black side of YouTube.
on Black
Yes.
Side? Well,
Yes.
I go back to 2015. I go back to actually Blog Talk Radio, uploads of videos. I go back all the way then, and I've seen a lot. Um, So I will say, just guard your eyes with what you're, and your ears or what you're watching and seeing, because actually it's time waster. You look up and you're like, wow, it's springtime already. Wow, it's summer. That's how fast time moves. And you can't get your time back. So utilize it, get your skills up, watch things that can help you grow, encourage you, and move forward with that. That's what I would have to say.
I agree. I mean, the conversation we had last night, Mentor Shelley held up her phone and she said, this phone is a computer. We have the power. We were talking about Black China again last night on that panel discussion. We have the power to take this phone and learn anything. And if we're not sure what to learn, we can just start with, the beginning. What should I even, again, what should I even be consuming, or positive information, or, things like that. So,
I wanted
I'm,
to,
go ahead, Dana.
yeah. So just because when just asked Shar when you was like you're cautious of people that do YouTube full time, but I, I get what you're saying with that, but that's necessarily not true. Whether you do it full time or not, a lot of times people evolve there and rebrand themselves to what is making money. And then you have some that come in, they have jobs somewhere else, but they also on YouTube as well, and they're on YouTube for the drama. So because I was able, when I came in, I was working in corporate and then still working, but able to leave corporate and do what I, love to do the most. And then COVID hit or whatever, and we all was just sitting at home. But even when the society reopened, I was able to, I didn't want to go back to that place because it completely changed after that. But I was able to now do YouTube full time. And it's a job, it's a business. It's you become an entrepreneur. So I get it in a point to where you have to put out content. That's part of the job. But what kind of content, right? But I didn't come in wanting to be drama filled. And if I did, I probably would be making way more money and having way more subscribers. So I know a lot of content creators that don't do it full time. They have like full time jobs and they do YouTube and they're here just for the drama. So it kind of cut both ways with that.
I agree with you on that
Mm-hmm.
part, Dana. Especially you're looking at it as a business. Um, and a lot of people that I saw didn't look at it as a business. And I'm
Right.
gonna say this too. Going back to 2015 and seeing and being around and knowing what's going on, a lot of and I really hate to just make this gender based, but a lot of the men, they don't have access to um, jobs because of certain things. They have an ankle bracelet and they have to sit there on their phone and create content. And I'll leave it at that. But there are a lot of people that do it out of necessity, which it is available. If YouTube gives you a Google account, you can do that. But just be guarded with what you watch and what you support.
Mm-hmm.
And
So I'm sorry, Dana. I want to
okay.
respond to Shar because when I was Cape on, I interviewed a lot of Black men who said, "Hey, come and I'll show you how to do appliance repair." For example, Mike Sneed, and I asked them specifically if they have a felony or anything like that, can they still do it? Yes. But he had a hard time getting people to take him up on that offer. There are men who were willing to teach other men how uh, to do junk removal, to do electrician work, things like that, that they are able to get with records. And every time I asked the Black man that I was talking with, well, how's that going? Getting the word out, things like that, people weren't interested. So at some point, we have to just understand that there's a certain section of men that are just not interested. They feel it's easier to get on YouTube and make content than to like go out and level up in a different way. That was
Yes.
one of the big reasons why I took my cape off.
Yeah, I can agree. My dad was in the skilled trades and he would say the same thing. And I think there's just a lot of people in that young generation who feel as if they can really take off as content creators. And yeah, it's not just like black men. It's because on the sports side of YouTube, there are guys who will literally watch games back to back to back and then constantly keep uploading commentary on different channels because they don't want to participate in the traditional workforce. So like, and that's one of the reasons why, I know that people had tried to encourage me to get into like that sports casting YouTube, not as Mocha Mommy, but as something else, because there's just a demand for the female tone of voice over sports content. There's just a demand for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see, and it's hard to get a foothold in because there are so many guys who are literally on this full time. Like they've watched every single game on every single stream and can literally upload content as soon as the whatever MLB or NBA releases it. And it's like, that's hard to compete with. And there's a lot of people who just really feel like, and it takes a long time for it to take off. But the more sensationalist your title, the more likely you are to get eyes. And sometimes it's a lot of gossip. And it's not, and they don't even give you the score. So it's not just us that's doing it.
Mocha Mommy, is it if you had blonde hair, blue eyes, and big boobs, would that be better?
I mean, honestly, it's the voice.
It's the voice?
It's
Oh,
the voice.
wow.
Like, I mean, I even remember Computer and Coin, like the voice and the personality, because she was super outgoing.
Ah,
And
uh-huh.
and also too, she's in a market that NHL is trying to win over. Like she's a Black woman over 30. So NHL is trying to push themselves in that market. So they want access to her fan base and to that people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't even take, you could have a certain accent, you could have a certain tone of voice, you could have certain colloquialisms, because certain sports venues are trying to push themselves in certain markets. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not from Chicago, but for whatever reason, I was on the Chicago Cubs, a lot of it because, again, the way that I talked appealed to that audience.
Yeah. Well, you all know I don't like to go beyond an hour and a half, so I'm going to give you all the opportunity to make any final comments. Dana, you want to go first?
Yeah, no, I wanted to quickly respond to just ask Shar, because you said something. You was like, you've been on listening to YouTube since 2015. And I always say this, I came in, I would say, on the tail end of YouTube when it was the quote unquote golden years, because what I've heard is, prior to, let's say, 2017, and earlier, YouTube was the place to be as far as expressing yourself and making money and stuff like that. So I understand where you're coming from, because you've been in a space and you kind of see it evolve. I kind of had a question, but I know you're trying to wrap up right now. So I think the next time you have one of these open panels, Cherie, that maybe we could do a part 2 to YouTube then and now or something.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just feel like, I don't know, but just in closing, being a YouTube content creator, you do want to have your own identity, and you want to have original content. I feel as though sometimes when you talk about advertisers or the algorithm, they're trying to force you into a box. And you're right. It's people that click on it. So if people shift or just open up their minds and broaden their horizons, you could remove yourself from a box and just get good quality content to watch and listen to. So, but great space. And I'm very proud of you, Cherie. I'm glad
Thank
you're
you.
on.
I want to have you come sometime. We talk politics on this channel as it relates to wealth building. So I'm going to text you and we'll get on the calendar for you and I to chop it up on politics from a Black woman's perspective.
That'd be perfect. Great. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, my dear.
you, ladies. Have a good day.
Shar, you have final comments?
Yes. Everyone be safe and see you next time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for your support
You're
always.
welcome.
And I want to know what your business is as well, if you want to tell me behind the scenes.
Will do. I'll email
Okay.
you.
Yeah, email me. Mokomami, you have anything to say? Final comments?
Thank you for opening this panel. And I just want to tell
Mhm.
you, ladies, that being a content creator, it's not the most lucrative thing, but I think it can help you build community. And if you have a talent or a skill, or even you just want to take people on the progress of what it is you're learning, definitely do it. There's a lot of content creators that's in this chat that are incredible. And just because you're either not monetized or small right now, you never know which video is going to hit and what's going to go viral. So continue to make that content and control your audience, and you'll be successful.
Thank you so much. Ladies, I gave you my initial comments with regards to everything that's happening. Erica, I forgot her last name, De Niro, I think it is, says protect your peace. Protect your peace, ladies. That's the biggest um, piece of encouragement that I have for you this Saturday evening is to protect your peace. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where you are, offline or online. Be cautious. You are, a resource to people and not just Black men. Um, you also have an incredible amount of power. And the biggest thing you can do is protect your peace. So that's what I want to leave you with this evening. Thank you so much to everybody who came up, gave your feedback with regards to what you thought of these topics. And I will see you all tomorrow for Motivation Sunday. Take care. Bye.